All right.
Okay. Make sure I'm sitting back like this so you can't hear me. Ball situation.
Yeah.
Mumble. Just
I invited him. He didn't want to show up today.
Well, he figured, we could handle it.
Yeah.
I'm Mike. That's Wayne Malin, and that is Rich Icanova.
Paul Grumpy Malin's home with a cat on his lap in front of his split unit, staying warm.
Grumpy who?
You say Paul Grumpy Malin.
Malin.
They've morphed. They're one and the
Wow.
same.
I'm sorry about that, Wayne.
Just one grumpy guy moved into the same seat the other day.
No.
Looking at Wayne,
Grumpy
thinking of
old
Paul,
guy.
and
No, I'm sorry about that, Paul.
looking at Wayne and thinking of Paul, or thinking of Paul and looking at Wayne. You know how it
I
goes.
look like I'm 81.
Oh, damn.
I gotta start going to the gym more often.
Paul doesn't look like he's 81.
Not really.
So what I wanted to talk about today is some things that are going on in town.
Yep.
And then some things that are going on in town, or maybe they're not really going on in town. I wonder if people can
Decide
know the difference.
fact or fiction.
Yeah. So who wants to start the parade? Would that be...
I'll start it.
All right, go ahead.
So they had a meeting last night. St.
Yep.
Mary's School is there's a project that was talked about last night about turning that building into apartments, workforce apartments, basically.
What are workforce apartments?
It's the same type of thing as affordable housing, but it's really for single individuals that don't need a place to live. It's affordable, and it's not meant for families.
Okay.
Even though there's going to be some 2 bedrooms, I think
Not
there's 6 2-bedrooms and
500 square
37
feet. They're not much.
and
Yeah.
37 single bedrooms. So it's mostly for single individuals or a young couple or something like that.
How many apartments are they going to get out of that thing?
43.
Are you serious?
Straight
They've
up.
got to be tiny then.
I think the singles were around 300-400 square feet,
I missed that part.
and then the doubles were up in the 500 square foot range.
So it's not a lot of space.
Yeah.
Well, you got a kitchen, small living room, and 2
They
bedrooms
said
and
it's
a
for
bath.
the single dude that works at EB and
Yeah.
doesn't want the full blown expense of a house or an
The wife
apartment.
kicked him out.
Yeah, whatever, right?
Got to go somewhere.
Why is it
Call
always
St.
got-
Mary's.
Why is it always got to be the wife kicks the guy out?
'Cause they're gonna win in court. It
what?
doesn't matter. Yeah,
Oh, we're in Connecticut. I'm sorry. I
that's
forgot.
right.
I'm saying, do you know any other way, or
Well, if there's no kids involved, who cares? Either one can get kicked out.
Sure.
But that's the whole point of the project. So, and they, there's some questions going on about parking. There's a concern about parking. So the decision was, okay, not build the thing, knock the building down and put in a parking garage.
I heard that was like option B.
Yeah. So, because people were concerned about the church service.
Yep.
Where are people going to park now that whole, because people used to park there
To walk over to church.
to walk over to
Mhm.
church. Now that's not going to be available, right? So, maybe we should decide to just knock that whole thing down.
so the
and just
church
go-
would still own it,
No,
but
they
just
don't.
No, the town would buy it.
Oh, the town? No, the church was.
If the
Yeah.
developer back, it doesn't do anything with
the
it. The
parking
town will
garage,
buy
the
it.
town would buy it.
The town will buy the property, knock it down, and put up a parking garage.
that's the best bet.
Hey, listen, the town needs it. There's no parking here.
No. Although, whenever there is an event, people mysteriously find parking.
I know.
They do find it.
But when you got church, listen, you need more than 6
So it's
parking
going to.
spaces.
They're talking about parking on the street and all that stuff.
The
and,
dentist
oh my God,
office behind them.
Holy moly! It'd be-
It's not enough for all the cars.
avoid this place at all costs on Sunday morning,
Yeah, but
especially up by the church.
they haven't really had the people going.
According to the priest, 8 o'clock Sunday morning is a busy mass.
I guess.
I don't know how many other masses they hold. He didn't say, but
Okay. Candy provided by Rich Canova.
I support your habit.
Hello, Carol.
Oh, somebody's listening.
Hmm.
Wow, perfect. So I think that would be the best plan. So
Listen,
we need parking. Put a parking garage up there. What do you think, Rich?
Nobody can complain about who lives there and what they do and how they drive, and you wouldn't have that problem.
And you know what they could do? They could put up, one of those gate things. So you got to pay for your parking.
True.
That would be income for
Well,
the
they
town.
did mention that it wasn't going to be free.
Yeah.
For church they would, but not for the rest of
You
anybody else.
take the ticket out. Depending on how long you're there, you leave, you get charged.
Mhm.
Put in your credit card.
That'll be that, huh?
It's like airport parking. You're only there for 30 minutes, and they charge you $50.
You know how many people are gonna? You know how many people are gonna bitch about that?
Oh yeah. Well, yeah. That's the normal human thing, right?
Well, they complain about parking.
What do you mean I gotta pay for it?
Well, they complain about parking on the street, stepping out of their car, and getting picked off by somebody doing 50 miles an hour up the road. So you get it off the road. It's in a parking garage. You use the crosswalk across the street. You walk down the sidewalks. You're safe.
I remember when I was growing up, you couldn't find a parking spot around there.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It was all up and down 201.
Well, look at the businesses you had up there too. You still had thriving businesses.
And most of them were senior citizens.
Yeah.
That parked over there and stuff like that. There was, because I remember you get out of there and us kids would get shoved in catechism.
Yep.
Right across the street. So
Yeah.
they don't do that anymore.
That was on a Saturday for us. I went to St. Peter and Paul's in Norwich, and they used the old Elizabeth Street School before they tore it down.
Oh,
It was
no.
on Saturday, and church was Sunday, obviously.
Nope. Right after 9 o'clock mass.
Really?
9
Wow.
o'clock mass. And then you'd go into catechism for, it was like 10 to 10:30.
Mhm.
It seemed like days.
Yeah.
It seemed like days.
Hmm.
If you went to St. Mary's, you didn't have to go to catechism.
Hmm.
Unless you wanted to. I don't know how many 7-year-olds, 8-year-olds wanted to do that, but
7-year-olds and 8-year-olds don't have that choice. Their parents put them there. Thank God St. Patrick's was full when I was a kid. Otherwise, that's where I would have went.
did you go to catechism?
No, I'm a Methodist. I didn't have that stuff. I went to what they call a confirmation.
We had that.
I got
We had that too.
First communion,
Yeah, so
confirmation.
that was when you're older, you got confirmation stuff. We didn't have catechism. We just went to Sunday school. Not until you got to a certain age, till you got to what, 12, 13? Then you
Confirmation for us
Yeah.
was going into the library at St. Mary's School and trying to run away from Sister Anna, who was going to whack you with a rular.
We didn't
And
have,
if you could last 2 minutes, and as a 7-year-old, you're still taller than Sister Anna. You're tiny.
Oh, my
Yeah.
God. We had Monsignor Baldwin. You did not want to get sent to him.
Oh,
He was one of them, too. Old school Monsignors. Oh, my God. Yep.
we called her Sister Anna Banana. She was not a fan.
I can imagine. Back in those days, they were not.
we didn't have any sisters. We just had regular Joes.
She's
Religious-
one.
religious people. So.
She was one of them old school nuns,
Oh, yeah.
like penguins. I mean, we're talking.
Used to wear the habits. Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah.
My mother and her brother were both Catholic school kids. And the stories that I've heard over the years, of course, the generation before me, as bad as it was when we were kids, the generation before that was even worse. You used to get it good.
Oh yeah, my dad used to tell me stories. He grew up a Catholic.
Oh, yeah.
He used to tell me some horror stories.
So, like the actual librarian, the Sister Anna was a second grade teacher. Sister Irene was first. They only had 4 nuns. The rest were just because you couldn't get nuns that were teachers anymore. Not too many, even when I was going there.
There were none, huh?
None?
No.
Nuns.
There was 4 of them. Sister Lorraine was 8th grade.
That school went to 8th grade?
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
Wow.
It was 1 through 8. You'd go to regular kindergarten,
Yeah,
town. I went to the one over in Hawkins Street.
Huh.
It's church, but it was.
Couldn't have been big classes.
We mean the catechism.
Oh, yeah.
From a kindergarten, we had like 25, 30 kids. It was a big class. It was like,
Huh.
well, I guess when you're 5, the room looks big anyway.
Mm.
But no, we were on Hawkins Street down in the basement. and it was half session. Like kindergarten was like 2 hours, 3 hours, whatever. I had Miss McLaughlin back in the day.
Hawkins Street.
Yeah, it's right on the top of Hawkins Street. It's a church.
Yeah.
Then it was you get Sister Anna, who was not fun. She would whack you with a ruler.
Oh, yeah.
She actually would bloody a kid on his knuckles or her knuckles if they didn't listen. Oh yeah, no, you could do that stuff back then.
It's true.
Oh, yeah.
No, it's all true.
Yeah,
You know.
Yeah.
Sister Pauline was the principal. She made my mother cry. My mother yanked me out of that school.
Wow.
So I went to school one day, and girls had to wear uniforms. Boys did not at that time. We just had to wear like khakis or dark blue and a button-up shirt. Well, I went in there one day, and I don't know if Mom didn't finish laundry or what, but I went with a pair of khakis, and it had a T-shirt on, and it had a big hamburger on it,
Didn't work.
and it said pickles, onions, relish, ketchup, onions all over the shirt. It was blue. It was a blue shirt. It was too small for me. So imagine the fat kid wearing the burger T-shirt that was too tight. This guy. So I got to school. I was immediately sent down to Sister Pauline. Michael, this is not appropriate for this school. Can you go home and change your shirt? Okay. She knew I was a walker. I was 8 years old. So I lived over off of Brown Avenue at the time.
Mm-hmm.
So we were allowed to go there, go across the street, go to Brown Avenue. Go down Talcott Avenue and whatever. Mom was home. Mom, they're making me change my shirt. Why? I don't think they like hamburgers. That's what I said. So I ended up not changing my shirt. My mother took me back down there. And she hauled off on Sister Pauline, excuse me, who just passed away in the last year, matter of fact.
Wow.
Those nuns hold on for dear life,
In their
man.
90s, yeah.
You figure, they'd want to go, right?
Yeah,
Because they want to be with God and Jesus and all that stuff. Yeah. Nope. They're 80, 90, 200 years. Fuckers. They didn't go nowhere. So,
Took all the stress out of a ruler.
True.
my mother took me out immediately.
Yeah.
And back to Griswold Public Schools. And that was in 5th grade. Because I went to Griswold Public Schools 1, 2, and 3. Then a lot of kids were going over there. And honestly, my whole game, I didn't want to go to catechism.
Go to the Catholic school, you don't have to go to catechism, right?
All right.
For a half an hour.
Huh?
That was just for a half an hour catechism? Something
Once a
like that?
week.
Once a week?
Yeah, but an 8-year-old, that's a year, man.
Oh, jeez.
There were some days that felt like forever.
Oh,
But
yeah.
ours
I
used to
hated,
be,
I
used
hated
to be a
going.
couple hours. It wasn't half an hour.
I hated going to church. By the time I finished confirmation, it was like, okay, let's go to church. I said, no, I'm done, Mom. I'm done. What do you mean you're done? I said, I'm done.
Yeah.
I think it was 14 or 15 at the time. It's, getting ready to drive and all that stuff. Says, yeah, thanks for the exposure and all, but I'm not interested.
So the end of the story
Yep.
is that I was outside on a Sunday morning riding my bike, playing with some friends because everybody was out. Everybody is outside. If the sun is shining, you're outside. Not just the puppies. You'd send the humans out there too, the kids. So my dad came up to me and says, "You want to come to church with me?" And I said, "No, I can't. Why? I'm not dressed for church, and plus I'm dirty." And he goes, God doesn't care how you're dressed. And I said, Sister Pauline does.
I was just going to say.
Yeah, Sister Pauline does.
So that's the end of that
She
story.
didn't get that memo.
Yeah,
No.
go talk to mom. she'll tell you.
Yep.
Yeah.
She's up there now going, someone goes, you got them playing in the door.
Lucy.
Yeah.
Oh,
Sister
yeah.
Pauline, you chased kids away from the church.
Well, about a year after I did my confirmation, all like that, I think I just started driving.
Then you did it late.
Yeah. Or maybe it's longer, but I hadn't gone to church for a year or so.
Oh, as a Catholic, what
So-
were you probably?
8th grade was confirmation.
Yeah.
So they,
Not driving.
No.
I don't know. It wasn't, like we had a couple of, they were walking around the neighborhood, some of the representatives of the church, and they came to my door. I answered the door, and they says, "Well, we noticed you haven't shown up, to church." Da 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 da.
Man, they're collection agents.
Yeah, that's what it was. They said, "Well, if you're not going to show up, could you make, just, give me a packet of envelopes and just make a donation?" Da, da. Is this all it's about? It's about the money. It's not really about my soul or anything, really. And I said, and my mom happened to be sitting on the couch there, and I looked at her and said, "I'm done." So I never went back.
So as I grew, one of the things that I had a hard time with is remaining Catholic. I'm sorry, Father Ted, but you hear things, and you hear things. What happened? Then my dad wanted to be an altar boy. I went, "Oh no! I'm okay."
Yeah.
And then you hear the atrocities.
Listen, that's why
I can't.
that's why the Catholic Church is in as much trouble as they're in today. Think about it.
Yeah, they always skate through it.
Listen, I'm not picking on anybody in particular, but they had some bad apples.
They had a lot,
Well, yeah.
hundreds.
Catholic Church used to be the largest nonprofit organization in the world. I don't know if that still holds true anymore because of lawsuits and payouts and all that stuff, but
Nope, now it's Grizzled Pride.
yeah.
No.
But you talk about it's all about money, right?
It's
Not about going to church and praying to God. Basket comes around, and on some weeks it come around 2 or 3 times, depending on what charities they were supporting too.
Well, I can tell you another thing too is that the Catholic Church was also the richest organization.
Yeah.
The richest nonprofit.
You go to St. Peter's Cathedral in Rome. I was able to do that. Go to the Vatican one time because I was in the neighborhood. We were in Rome, so
Yeah.
Naples.
Mhm.
Took a ride up to Rome, saw a bunch of stuff, and I walked in there, and I'm like, "Holy crow!" The amount of gold, and I mean, it's a beautiful building. It was a gorgeous building. I was really impressed. So, yeah, they got some bucks. So,
Well, yeah.
So, question. It's time to spill the beans.
is it?
Is your story true or false?
Oh, about the parking garage going in?
Yes.
It's false. Just want to see how many people can spin up on that.
You had me going for a minute. With the angle you took, you had me going on that one for a minute.
No, it's false. No. They want a couple more. They got a couple more things to look at, and then they're gonna left the hearing open. It's going to move forward. They just have a little bit more closure on it, and then they'll.
But the apartments thing is true.
The apartments thing is true.
Oh, yeah, it's very true.
Yeah.
They got a couple of open things to look at, that retaining wall. Or
Retaining wall,
what else was
the
there?
drainage,
Yeah, and that's
and
paperwork.
the rendering or how the building's going to look when it's done.
Mhm.
That kind of thing. So
Now, what about the old convent? Are they going to take that too?
no mention.
It's going to be the new SNSN building.
Oh,
Completely false.
that would be false.
Mike,
Mike,
you go.
Mike would curl up in a ball in the corner if he
Imagine
had to go
having
in
to
there.
show it. Imagine having a show in there, and then we're starting our stuff, and they get whacked in the head
Yeah,
with a
yeah.
ruler. Where'd that come from?
Mike would get whacked in the head just walking in there.
You dirty thoughts.
And those are the dead nuns.
Yeah,
Mm.
The
Michael
old-
Monarski,
the ghosts.
I remember you.
the ghosts of the nuns.
Your wife said that my dad's aunt, who was a nun, lived until 99.
Yeah, I remember her. She was a nice lady.
Yeah.
She wasn't a mean nun.
I'm not saying they're all mean.
Yeah, no.
Some of them are sweet as can be.
Yep.
Yeah.
This one was. Absolutely.
So my story about St. Mary's and the shirt and all that stuff, is that true or is it false?
With you?
Sure, with you.
True.
I think it's true.
It's absolutely true.
I can see.
What do you mean with me?
I can see that happening.
Because we can see it happening.
I can see that.
You're that guy.
Oh, shit.
Mom, why'd you buy me a cheeseburger shirt?
That
What's
was
up with that?
absolutely true. So if you're just joining the show right now and you don't know what the heck we're talking about, scroll back and you'll hear a story. There's two different stories. Wayne told one and I told one. Rich, do you have anything going on in town or any that you want to go ahead and speak to?
Well, let's try this one out. So I had a conversation with the first select woman the other day, one-on-one.
And by the way, these stories are not planned.
Nope. And
They could be true, they could be false. Anyway.
amongst other things, I brought up the issue of why don't we have a grant writer? And she listened with both ears open and asked me to write her a letter that she would submit to the board and put it on the agenda for a meeting, next meeting, the 28th, and bring it up and see which way they wanted to go with it. After I pointed out the pros and cons of what they're doing now with money that they have versus money that they could have had if they had grant money and what it could have gone for and what it could have done for them.
Okay.
So that's out there.
Any more to it? Just that, huh?
No, this just happened yesterday. So yeah,
Okay.
no, nothing yet. I got to write that letter.
All right. So people stew on that one. Rich?
Wayne.
Wayne?
I've been called Paul. I've
Paul?
been called Rich.
I don't know.
Call me Kathy.
Yeah,
Just call me Kathy. It's fine.
Yeah. Don't. Yeah, she get pissed off if you call me Kathy.
Any more? What else you got that's going
What
on?
other stuff?
Because I got something too after you.
Oh, jeez. Nah, that was probably the best one I had for the day. So, but
Nothing else?
I mean, affordable housing plan. You know, if there's a meeting on that.
I mean, you
yesterday.
could be totally legit. You could be
Yeah.
making something up.
So
we don't
had,
know.
We had a discussion on affordable housing plan. Don't know why it's called a plan. It's more of a report out to the state. So they had a hearing a month ago, and that was voted on as a tie, so it didn't get moved till last night when they had a full board. So they had the full commission there. A bunch of people showed up. The room was packed. When I got there wasn't a seat to be had, so which is good because people are interested in it, right? There's more people. Actually, that was for St. Mary's when it was full, but then when they left, there was still a lot of people, 20 people in there probably. But there's some discussion about are we rushing into this? Do we really need one?
What housing plan?
Yeah, housing plan. There's other towns that haven't done it, and there's really no consequence if you don't have one or not, right? Although, the first select woman got up. She said there was a letter she read a letter from OPM that talks about some consequence for the town or whatever. We could get in some lawsuits if we don't approve some 830G properties.
Lawsuits with contract developers.
Contract. So all. If you look at what was written, it's nothing more than reporting out how many affordable housing, how much affordable housing we have, which I think we're between 7 and 7.5.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
We're like 140 units short to get to that 500 or something like that, or 450.
It was like 504 we needed to get to. We're a little over
at
100.
401 or something like that. Yeah.
And what you going to do for us? What you going to do for the town?
It's not going to really. It's going to get the state off your back if you get to the 10%. I don't know what the state's on our back for.
Yeah.
There's a lot of people that I'm not a big person in big government, and they start getting But there's a big move on certain legislators that want you to have this much affordable housing because we're like 90,000 homes short, or places for people.
So
to live
the big
short.
question to that is there 90,000 people that are living on the streets because they don't have a place to live in? How do they come up with the fact that we're short on housing when you don't have 90,000 people looking to buy a house or get an apartment? Because these are all apartments that they're talking about right now.
Yep.
But where are these people? I don't get it. And every state's in this boat. Come on.
Yeah, but the more you put up there, the more the state's subsidizing.
Of
Who's
course.
paying for that?
Of course.
Right? There's a lot of subsidizing going on.
Hmm.
And a lot, and some of us are on fixed,
So I don't know.
fixed
I don't know if you were
incomes,
there
right?
when this part came out when they talked about the heritage property.
Yeah.
500 units, just up there alone, of affordable housing.
I think when they were talking, so Oak Tree was there talking about this, and they wanted to get this passed because Oak Tree wanted to get this passed
Mhm.
because once they start their project, get that approved, they get tax credits,
Mm-hmm.
right, for their project. That was part of the big deal to get this moved along. So they're going to put in 50.
50 or 60.
I think there's about 50. So that would get us closer.
Mhm.
That would probably get us to 8.5, maybe almost 9%, right? You get those 50 put in.
So why do we care?
Why do we care? Why do we care? I think a lot of it is, what's the impact to the services in the town? What's the impact to the school? Which for Oak Tree, Oak Tree alone is probably not going to be a big impact. Even St. Mary's thing, that's
You're
not
not
going to
going
be a
to get
big
kids
impact.
there.
You're not going to get any kids there.
No.
There's 2-bedroom, but what are you going to get? Maybe 5 or 6 kids out of that?
Yeah.
Maybe. That's not going to be a big impact.
Single parent with a kid or something like that.
Now, Heritage River, that could have been a big impact. There's also impact for emergency services. It's another building of people and Oak Trees, and they go to Oak Tree a lot for emergency calls. And a lot of the trouble is they can't get access to the building, which is another hurdle they got to get through. But that's the whole deal. And as you know, it's just they're all volunteer.
Mm-hmm.
Our fire department, emergency services. So that's really the only concern of impact, and what type of people are coming into the town is another thing, right?
Right.
That's the big concern.
So hold on to that.
Yep.
Is it true or is it false? We'll find out.
They did clarify that there is a big difference between the affordable housing and Section 8. I don't know if you were there for that conversation.
No, I missed that.
No, yeah. There's a big difference with the Section 8. They don't get the credits that they do, or that they would with affordable housing, because affordable housing is income based. There's no subsidizing to the landlord on behalf of the tenant like there is with Section 8. It's totally different, I guess, but they are not the same.
Okay. So we'll get into that and discuss that, whether or not that's true or false or not.
Mm.
I have one.
You got one?
And you? Do you know the old alternative school?
Mm-hmm.
Have they knocked it down yet?
No. The old one? No.
Okay.
No, they haven't.
So, from what I understand, is that they're going to knock it down, and there's a company coming in that wants to buy it. Uber. They want to put a hub there.
Oh.
I guess they have their own cab company as well that does more local stuff.
The old alternative school up on 201?
Yeah. They don't need to be right out in the.
No.
No,
But they're trying to. I guess they want to do some more development in that area. Almost like an industrial park kind of thing. So
Industrial, business park, whatever.
yeah. So Uber is supposed to go in there.
You get a part-time job.
No.
Picking up people, taking them places?
I know a guy that did it, a guy that I worked with. It's not.
No.
You got to count on your tips, believe me. There's not much
yeah.
money to be made there.
Oh, I'm sure.
You had a story, right? Were you the one that just? What's the last story you told?
About the grant writer.
Yes. All right. True or false?
100% true.
I would have said true.
Yeah, knowing Rich, probably true.
Yeah, but knowing Tina, you know, I mean, I'm
Mhm.
sure she heard you.
Yeah,
It's-
we've been
it's-
talking about it on here for
It's true.
a long time. So
Got it. Your story.
my story
Yes.
about the affordable housing,
Yes.
that was true.
That's true.
Heritage River? No, that was false.
So actually, just to finish the story,
A reference was made to
affordable
that
housing
property.
plan or report out or whatever got approved for a year. You know, so that way they can
By some
adjust it,
time. Yeah.
adjust it after a year if they want to make it, more restrictive or whatever. So planning and zoning can go revisit it or make some changes as needed.
All right, my story about Uber, is it true or false?
False.
I know it's false.
How do you know it's false?
Because there's a guy living in that house.
It's actually a business in that place now.
What?
It's false.
Is it, is it
I know.
Yeah,
I know.
no.
I forget what the heck it is. I forget what they put in there.
What, the guy that bought that place?
Yeah. I
Yeah,
forget what it is.
he's planting like a shit ton of flowers.
Yeah, I don't know.
He bought, I think in the springtime, because he worked the elections. Nice guy. He came from Maine. He bought 1,000, I don't know, tulips and 1,000 daffodils or something
Yeah.
like that. Bulbs. That place is going. He's done a lot there already, but he's got a lot more that he's going to do.
Yeah, but I thought he was supposed to some kind of business at.
Oh, I don't know about that.
Or something like that. But it's a big building. I'll tell you that because my daughter used to do gymnastics
Yep.
in there many, many years ago, 30 years ago.
I can't think
So-
of his name, but the guy that bought it, he's a good guy.
Jewett City Helipad, true or false?
I could see that at the school. Is that what you're thinking?
Yes.
They got room they
Yeah.
got room. Take out the tennis courts, open it up a little bit.
Great idea. It's false,
could,
but I mean, it's good. Great idea.
I just didn't say
If they had to, they could put it on the soccer field right there, right
Sure.
between the elementary. And,
Sure.
They
Middle
use a
school.
soccer field.
yeah,
though.
they use it. Yeah.
Mm.
Don't put it on the new field.
No, I wouldn't suggest.
No.
Who in their right mind would do that?
I don't know. I
Probably
don't
people
know.
that voted no for the referendum.
No, don't do that. That would cost us some bucks to fix that.
Oh, you think it would suck it up?
The weight would just ruin
Oh,
the field. Because there's a reason why they didn't do the graduation on the field, right? Because
Mhm.
they have to have a certain platform put on the field to protect the field.
Mhm.
After having all those people, all the students sitting out there,
Oh, yeah.
yeah, there's a certain platform you got to buy, and it's not cheap. I forget how much it was.
I don't know what the makeup of that field is, how it's built.
But
But
it's layered, and it's supposed to last 10 to 12 years, and it gets refluffed. And there's maintenance that they do on that every so
supposed
often
to be. Yeah.
to maintain it.
Mhm.
So they were training the maintenance staff and everybody and giving them the equipment. That was part of the contract. So my wife would be able to tell you how much that platform was, but it wasn't something they were going to ask for. There's a lot of students, a lot of parents wanted to have it outside in the
Mhm.
field, but until we get the money set aside, to, put the platform out there, protect the field, it won't happen.
Right alongside the elementary school, you got a nice big flat piece of grass right there.
Yeah, you do that.
Used to play soccer on it until it
But
was
the thing
beating
is you
grass
got
up.
all the parents can sit in the stands.
Until it was beating up all the grass.
Remodeling of the middle school, true or false?
I'm not going to answer because I know a lot of this stuff just because it's somebody I live with. I'll let Rich answer it.
I've heard nothing, but based on his response, I would incline to think it's true.
So, the weird thing about this idea right here
Mhm.
is I had nothing to go on. I just threw it out there, and then you said that.
Yep,
I'm like, well, shit. I think I hope they do.
that was a bullseye, huh?
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, the reason why is the reason why I said it is because it's the only school left
Right.
that really needs to,
Well,
have some
if you
stuff done. to it.
watch, it's not just because of who I live with and I have inside information. They put all that stuff out and what's on Capitol, what projects are coming up. That's all.
I have no
explained.
information whether or not they're going to
Yeah,
do it
I
or
know.
not.
I
It
know
was
you
just a
don't.
total.
They report all that out to BOE meetings and stuff like that. So it's an open book. What they are doing and what they have done is they have redone the middle school playground. And they had to remove some tree limbs, stuff like that, working with the tree warden. They had to actually replace some trees because of that microburst we had back in the summer. Took down some trees. Thank God nobody got hurt.
Yep.
But they had to get those taken out, and they are going to replant.
They did say that. Yep.
How about the relocation to the administration offices to the high school?
Nope. That's not happening.
I don't even know where they are now.
I'm just
They're in the middle school.
I'm just pulling shit out of the wood.
So, what do I know?
They're in the middle school.
Yeah, the old senior wing.
Yeah. So
Those classrooms look a hell of a lot bigger now than they were when I was a kid.
yeah.
I don't know. Anything else?
Anything else that we can lie about?
Well, that's the idea, try to go ahead and get some stories out there. But before we do that,
Talk about what's going on tonight.
well, let's talk about, how about this? Do you have a recliner at home?
Absolutely. I'm retired.
Is it
That's a
time?
requirement.
Is it time for a new one, Wayne? Is it time for a new one? A new recliner, Rich? What about you? Is it?
Oh, I
time?
got one. It's only
You got
about
one?
a little over a year old.
Oh, then it's time for a new one.
Mine's only 3 years old.
Yep. Time to go. Time to go. Anyway, Bill's Bedding and Furniture Showroom. They're one of our sponsors, and they have recliners starting at $499.
It's cheap.
Yeah, and 0% equal payment financing. So basically, you could, if you, let's say it's $500 plus tax, say $536, whatever. Let's just say you put the $36 down, you put for the tax or whatever, and $500 over 12 months. That's what, $42, $43 a month, and for a brand new piece of furniture that you can basically fall asleep in every day.
Does it come with a cup holder?
I don't know what models they have, Wayne.
I want the little one with the pockets on the side, though.
Don't fuck up my commercial.
How about the massage?
I want the one with the pockets, so you can put your iPad in there, or the sales circular from the grocery
You can
store.
get those things that are
Hang over the
Yeah.
sleeves.
Yeah,
I want
Little
one
caddies, they call them, or something.
you can
like
do whatever you'd like
that.
with
with
your new
gun pocket
recliner.
or something like that. Right?
Recliner.
Yeah.
Where else are you gonna get a recliner? Bill's Bedding, the only place you can get them. Around here,
Okay,
there's
I'm
no.
not going to ruin your commercial.
Well,
You're being a jackass. What are you?
I won't throw the
Jesus
competition
Christ,
out there,
Wayne!
but I can think of.
I'm gonna send you the bill for their advertising.
I'll
How's
tell
that?
you, if I was looking for a recliner, I'd go take a peek. But I'm not in the
Yeah,
market
me
for a
either, but
recliner.
I can think of two other
He's
places
in
too. But they don't support them, so I won't mention them.
You just did.
I didn't mention any names.
I'm so sorry, Dina. I'm so sorry.
I'm not loyal to anybody. I'll go wherever. Whoever's got the deal.
Yeah. So, was that true or false?
I'll tell you right
That
now.
that deal for the recliner, was that true or
it's
false?
true.
It's true. I've seen it.
Matter of fact, I think he's had it up on his page there. So,
Huh?
I think you had it up on your page, haven't you?
It's still there.
Scrolling.
It's still there.
So,
Um,
what are you doing tonight, Mike? What's going on?
well, we got a basketball game. Not going to mention any sponsors though. They'll get shit canned by you guys.
No.
Where's the game,
no.
Mike? Where is it? In town or out?
It's out of town.
Oh, yeah, where at?
Plainfield.
Ooh.
Grizzlies and
We
Plainfield.
talking varsity or
Hmm?
varsity?
Yeah, we only do varsity.
Home of what?
What? The Panthers.
Yeah. Don't you have some sponsors in Plainfield? Some people
I'm not talking about around here. I'll wait till you're not on the show. How's that?
Stray
We'll-
Motors. I had my
we'll
truck
go.
detailed there. They did a good job. How about that? I know that's one of your sponsors. It's all over your car, for Christ's sakes.
But I was talking about Bill's Bedding.
Okay, Bill's Bedding. It's kind of hard to drive around with a mattress on the top of your car, though, right?
Strap it to your back.
They will deliver it to you and take your old one and preferably with you on it.
Yeah.
Dump it in the garbage. Was that a guy on there? Yeah,
That's
he
just
didn't like.
Wayne. Don't worry about it.
Yeah, he didn't like our ad. Screw him.
Oh, it's that guy.
That was Wayne, Rich, or Paul, one of those guys. I don't know who
Yeah,
it
it
was.
was one of them guys. Paul. Here we go with poor Paul again.
So
Strain Family Motors, not in Danielson.
just
yeah.
over the bridge.
Yeah, basketball game, Grizzle Plainfield, 7:00 tonight. And before Wayne decides to crap on this sponsor, it is Eastern Connecticut Savings Bank is our title sponsor for tonight's game. So. I got nothing now. I'm totally flabbergasted.
You popped his balloon. You know that?
He was trying. Well, he's doing what he's supposed to do. He's pushing the furniture deals.
Well,
it's all right.
You're not supposed to knock it down.
I didn't knock it down. I just said I'm not in the market for one. Rich isn't in the market for one. But if you're in the market for one, go check it out. There you go.
He's trying to suck it up now. He's trying to make good now. Bill's betting on Furniture Showroom. North Main Street.
Give him that. He'll be your friend.
North Main Street, Danielson. Thanks, Rich. Thank you.
Yeah, I'm looking out for your sugar, okay? For your sugar.
No, but you're looking to give me a freaking heart attack instead. Yours are good, though. I've never heard of this brand before. Tongue Tortures.
Usually it's Atomic or something like that.
Yeah, Atomic.
They're good, though. They're good little ones.
Do they all come from the same line? Or what do you call it? Same assembly line? They probably do.
Couldn't tell you. They're all in just a big bin.
Atomic's a little bigger.
You scoop them out, you fill a bag, they weigh them, you pay for
I
them.
think the other ones are just a little bigger than these.
It used to be.
Yeah. They're probably shrunk them in size just to charge you the same price.
Sure. More.
Like everything
Oh,
else.
these? You know what else they shrunk in size?
2 for a penny.
Donuts. So you're ever loving Dunkin' Donuts.
Oh, yeah.
You know how expensive they
I
are?
wasn't
They
gonna
suck.
Their quality has gone
They just
down.
went up
They
11
suck.
cents. My
Their,
coffee.
their quality has gone down the shitter.
Yeah.
Like you said, you said
The
yesterday.
donuts are more like
Munchkins-
pebbles
Yeah,
now.
the Munchkins are smaller. And
Yeah, that's what I meant.
The donuts holes are smaller. That's why. Because the donuts are smaller.
Nothing against the people that work there. They're very, very nice. But
They give for a dozen.
They're
It's gotta
just-
be close to $20, I'll bet.
They just serve the food that's given to them.
And they're very nice
right?
people.
Yeah, yeah. You can't blame them. It's not them.
They're not the ones raising the prices.
I feel bad for them, too, because they got to deal with it.
They catch the shit. That's right.
Oh,
Yeah.
Now look at the thing in the online today. I saw Starbucks. People like to go there, and they got the Wi-Fi going on and use the bathroom and all that crap.
Oh, yeah.
Not no more. Evidently, if you don't buy something, out.
Really?
Yep.
Is that nationwide or is that just like down in Lisbon?
Nationwide. All the Starbucks.
I will
You
tell
don't buy
you
something,
that
you're out.
it's amazing. Some people sit there and
Hours.
spend
hours.
their whole work day there.
Yep.
And
That's our office.
But they will, buy a coffee and then sit there for 4 hours.
Mhm.
Take up seats and stuff like
Yeah.
that.
You don't buy something, now you're out.
So I wonder if they got like those little timers. As soon as you buy a coffee,
Ding, 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 ding.
and it goes off after 30 minutes. Okay, you're done.
They're very specific
Or
about
buy
using,
something else, right?
using
Set
their
it-
space and their Wi-Fi and using their bathrooms.
We don't have a very active chat group here, but question for what do you guys, if you guys had a choice, Dunkin', Starbucks, or Baker's Dozen? Not you guys, but the people in the chat room too.
Okay.
Starbucks, Dunkin', or Baker's Dozen? Which would you choose? If they were all next to each other.
Right next to each other.
Baker's dozen.
Okay. All right.
I like Starbucks.
Do you?
And I don't mind Dunkin' either, but
Yeah.
I like Starbucks' coffee is a little more
Robust.
robust.
I'm going to go with Baker's Dozen too. Justin goes with Baker's Dozen.
Yeah.
I can't believe there's nobody else out there other than Justin that
My
knows
daughter
how to
likes
type
Baker's
today.
Dozen too.
Throw Cumberland Farms and a Wawa in there, and I'll take Wawa all day long.
Okay. 7-Eleven or Cumberland?
I don't think I've ever had it from 7-Eleven, so I couldn't tell you.
What's that? Coffee?
Yeah.
Oh, I'm just talking about the store altogether.
Oh,
Yeah,
altogether.
we're gonna talk. I heard McDonald's coffee.
Oh, I know that,
I've
Justin.
never
I know
had-
that's the name of the sandwich. They got Baker's dozen. They got this thing called a Fat Boy.
I don't.
Oh, yeah.
I get a coffee once.
It's a heart attack on a roll.
I go up there and wash my truck. That's about it.
Oh, in Plainfield?
Mm.
It's not owned by them, is it?
No, the car wash is not,
Yeah.
but it's right
I know, yeah.
there.
Oh yeah. I know what's that.
I was saying one day there was a guy that was emptying out the machines, like quarters and dollars and stuff. And I went over and just dumped my Baker's dozen bag in their garbage.
He flipped on you.
No, he kind of stared at me. And I'm like, what?
I throw it on the ground. You can pick it up. How's that? Being a decent guy, right?
All right.
All right. What?
No.
What you got? Oh. 7. You throw me off when you say that. You go, all right. I think you mean you're
What
done.
else we talking about? What else we want to lie about?
It's on a Portuguese.
I'm ready to lie in my recliner.
You don't know when to fucking stop. Do you? 7-Eleven has food, you know. So does Cumberland, but 7-Eleven does.
Oh,
too.
yeah. I think, well, I say I've never really done the 7-Eleven thing, but Wawa has all kinds of food. I mean, fresh made, the whole 9 yards. When we go down to my daughter's in West Virginia, we usually stop for gas at a couple of places. One's a Love's and one's a Sheetz. And those are pretty good places too, but let's face it, they're truck stops. You're not getting them up here.
Wawa? It's Wawa in New
Sheetz
Haven.
Sheetz or Love's.
Oh, Sheets Plazas?
Yeah.
Yeah, okay, yeah.
And Love's. But
I thought we were supposed to be getting a truck stop.
the only one I know of is that one down on 184 in North Stonington or something there, right?
No, I thought there was one that was supposed to be going on over
On the highway?
where Ocean State is.
Yeah, maybe.
I haven't heard anything.
That's
about that.
not a lie.
That's not a lie. I haven't heard anything about that. Maybe you should write a letter to the first select woman.
I could.
Ask her about that.
I could ask her.
I think at one time that was something.
Well, they talked about a restaurant over there too at one point too. So who knows? You got all that property back there, and I don't know why they never did it.
How about Bucky's?
Yeah, those are the places. I've never been there. My wife has been there. I know people that have been to a Bucky's. Oh yeah, that's quite the place.
I don't think I've ever been to Bucky's.
No, not me.
A Cracker Barrel.
I'm not a big fan.
No?
So.
You know,
I think years ago they were a lot better than they are now.
Last time
I haven't
ate
been
it,
there
it
in-
sucked.
Probably 7 or 8 years, but they used to be pretty good.
Yeah, they used to be. I agree with you. Yeah,
The one up by
in Warwick.
no, up by off of 91, up by going towards the airport, up in that area.
Or no, I've never eaten at that one.
We did. It was the worst. I bitched. The lady came over and gave me a card. She says, "Come in again. We'll give you a meal for free." It was that bad. I don't go there that often, but
There's only a couple in Connecticut that I can think of. There's one down, was it New Haven? Is there one down there? I think somewhere towards that way. I think,
I don't know.
but down
Milford?
south they're all over the freaking place.
Hmm.
So
Ruby Tuesdays. Only 2 in Connecticut left, and Lisbon's one of
yeah.
them.
So it's funny. We went out to dinner the other night, and we went to Black Dog up in Putnam.
Yep.
And the manager this year is this guy named John. John used to be the manager down at Ruby Tuesdays down here in Lisbon. My wife knows him from the casino. And we were talking to him. And he said the same thing. There's only 2 left open in the state, blah, 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 blah. And I said, yeah, and one of them should be closed. He goes, it's probably not far away.
Oh, Lisbon?
Mhm.
Yeah, I don't think so either.
They've
No.
go by there on a weekend. And,
There's nobody there.
4 or 5 cars?
Yeah.
I don't know how they keep the lights on.
DoorDash. They have like 4.
Oh, yeah.
They have 4 ghost kitchens in
Yeah,
there.
they probably do.
But I'll tell you this: the last
The food was terrible.
Before COVID, I used to go in there. It used to be packed,
You had to wait.
and you
Yeah.
would sit at the bar. I'd go in there and get takeout, bring home to the wife, and I'd sit at the bar, and it'd be hard to find a seat.
The ribs used to be out of this world.
Yeah.
That was the last thing I had down there was their baby back ribs, and they were garbage. I mean, absolute terrible.
We go, the wife and I'll go during the day, have lunch, and we'll get a salad bar there. Salad bar is still pretty good.
Yeah, it's about half of what it used to be, though.
But yeah, it's COVID changed a lot of stuff. Changed a lot.
I don't get it.
So, all right. What else you got, Mike?
By the way,
what else can you put out there like in kibosh?
Justin, by the way, there's a Wawa in Milford.
Wawa and Milford.
Really?
I will say that the last 2 times that we've been to Ruby Tuesdays has been very good.
Really? But there's nobody there. It's like,
You're right. There is nobody there, but the salad bar has been amazing.
really?
It has been. I had this chicken dish that was phenomenal.
We went there on our way back from West Virginia one time. We stopped there.
Although, let me just say,
Yep.
Melissa got a chicken sandwich, the ultimate chicken sandwich or whatever it was called. It was too sloppy. There was just so much stuff on it. It was just slipping and
Slipping
sliding.
out. I had the ribs. It was terrible. I forget what my wife had. It wasn't that great. And the salad bar was
If it was good, you would have remembered it.
half of what it used to be, and even some of the stuff that was there, like the lettuce was starting to turn brown. It wasn't good.
Nope, I gotta say, and it was within the last month.
No, we've been there a couple of times, and the salad, all the salad stuff was fresh. Everything was good.
All I want is your wife's potatoes that she made
Oh,
at the thing, at the cookout at your house.
Sells them the cheesy potatoes.
They were freaking amazing.
Oh, those potatoes, those were awesome.
Oh my god,
Yeah, my son always asks for those when he comes up to visit.
Those were good.
Dad, can I have some too? He didn't answer that. You know that?
I'll have her maybe I'll have her make a dish. I'll bring it in.
Oh, he's just trying to make up.
And bring some friggin' spoons. You guys, you can dig into it.
Let's see. Justin says, "Look again. That's Milford, Delaware." So I'm looking again, and
Delaware. Whoa.
hold on.
My old neck of the woods.
Hold on.
I didn't think there was any in Connecticut. I don't think there is.
Crap.
Yeah, there used to be some in Delaware. Cumberland Farm used to be. We had 7-Elevens. So we had all. The Delaware's like right there between the north and the south. So you got,
Crap.
all that stuff.
All right. Go to Milford, Delaware.
Milford, Delaware.
All right.
Damn.
All right. Basketball coming up in a few minutes. 7:00. You done?
Done.
Yeah.
Done.
Is that true or false?
It's true.
It's true.